The heat of the desert is where the Sun Devils thrive. Welcome to Tempe, Arizona, Mountain America Stadium, home to the Arizona State Sun Devils and the rich legacy formed by the likes of Frank Kush, Jake the Snake, and Pat Tillman. Today, we have one of those games that tests your focus. Top 25 team against an unranked opponent. Can you take care of business? As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Houston Cougars, taking on the winners of 7 straight, the Arizona State Sun Devils. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Houston about to kick off to get things underway. Bounces through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. Looking for a productive play on first down. Running back goes in motion. Hard running there. And he'll be run out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Not a very productive play there.
Of 2. Brings up second down.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Quarterback will audible. To throw, it's Ward. He makes the connection. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
That is an excellent throw by the quarterback, finding the window between the zones and delivering that ball on time.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
The play action fake. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
Doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
They'll put the tight end in motion. On 3rd down, going up top. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up 4th down. And the Sun Devils will punt this one away. They'll have to punt for the first time this afternoon. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Offense getting set for first down. Power football with the run. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
They're strong and they're strong. Defensive tackles, they're strong. There's such big jokers in the middle where they just lock out those offensive linemen. And running backs, listen, they don't have much of a chance. When you got that 300-plus pound guy grabbing you around the shoulder pad, you tend to go to the ground pretty quickly.
He's looking for a man on 2nd down. Going over the top. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
I think for the quarterback, he's going to have to be so good with his eyes in this game. You're going up against one of the best defenses in the country. You've got to look guys off, especially when you're trying to throw to your primary target like he was on that last one.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete and 4th down's coming. Houston sends the punt team onto the field. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send him out 3 times in that victory last week. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Back to throw, it's Ward. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was not loose, and 3rd down is coming. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On 3rd and long, trying to have a big completion here. Pulls it in, it's Brown. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. This is the absolute right call. They're going for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Makes the catch, he's got enough. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. The Sun Devils come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. Running with power. Pulled down at the 29 after getting 5.
And as an offensive coordinator, you don't need the perfect play with this guy as your running back. He's going to make the play perfect for you because he makes everybody miss. Spin moves, hurdles, stiff arms, speed, whatever it takes to move the sticks and score touchdowns.
Snagged on the outside, it's Bell. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play.
Beautiful job by the wide receiver because he knew where the 1st down sticks were, and he adjusted his route accordingly.
And the Sun Devils are moving quickly down the field. Gets it out fast. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll go to the toss. They finally make the stop, but the big run is plenty to move those sticks for the 1st down.
And another nice gain by the offense. All right, defense, we got to change something up here. They're putting a big drive together, play after play, having a lot of success. How do we break the rhythm? How do we give them something that can create a tackle for a loss or a sack or something?
And it's picked off right at the goal line. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. They're backed up, 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. Let's see if they can create some space. He'll let one fly from deep in his own territory, using the quick game. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Jesse, that's like a throwback to yesteryear, tossing it to a pass-catching fullback.
Well, it's nice to know as a quarterback, when things aren't open downfield, you can find the big fella for a check down.
Now on 2nd down after the short completion. He's looking to throw. Fires to the middle. Got his man downfield. Open runway ahead. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Well, after that last play, you can see how electrifying this guy is and how special he is after he makes the catch. If I'm on offense, I'm trying to find a lot of ways to get him touches in this game.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. Handoff to the single running back. Nifty little dance step. And they give him enough for the first down. They'll move the chains, and let's see if they can snap it one more time here in the first. Well, based on that, we can hope to see a little more offensive explosion here in the second quarter as we get ready to get things started. First down to start the drive after the break. Wide receiver shows motion. They'll give it to him again. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Houston wants to play fast. Here's the give off the left side. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride, and they want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
Leaves it with the running back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. The negative play leaves him with 2nd and 12. Fast motion from the offense. Looking for a crease. It's Sanford. Headed to the end zone. And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Cougars! If you're able to move the ball in a drive like that, the most overrated stat in football would be field position.
Agreed, and I think confidence is big right now after that last drive. To be able to flip the field like that, not just do it, but go down and score a touchdown. Running and throwing. For this offense now moving forward in this game, that last drive is going to pay big dividends.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Arizona State has the ball back in the offense, making its way onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed. Gonna let it fly. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Bringing it back. Lowers that shoulder, delivers the blow. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision-making.
Here comes the offense on first down. He's going to pass. Complete to the left. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. You get that turnover and you try to punch them hard immediately on the first play, and they come up with a big gain.
And when the defense is running on the field, you are thinking sudden change, sudden change. When they create a turnover, a lot of times offenses want to be aggressive. They were, and they get rewarded.
He was smelling that end zone, but they get him down at the 4 after the big pass play.
And that's why this guy is such a weapon in this offense, because you don't have to throw it far downfield. Just get the ball in his hands. He catches it close to the line of scrimmage, but look what he was able to do after the catch. He gets an explosive play for this offense.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Cougars. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they finished it off with the score from the 4.
Arizona State, 0.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah.
He's off to the races. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs. He'll come out throwing on first down. He looks that one in nicely. Ball is loose. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. Second down after the offense averted absolute disaster. The give to the back. Little too soft in that run defense. He picks up 4 to the 32.
I think you run that play so you stay out of third and long. Third and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. Third and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good third down.
Back to pass, it's Ward. Safe completion on the screen. And they wrap him up, but not before he gets enough on the catch for the first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown. That was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on third down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Caught over the middle. It's Cherry. He goes to the ground, but not before a big pickup and a first down.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Arizona State!
And that's a nice drive, a nice physicality, punching it in with the run game. And here's the thing. I like where this offense is going. Nice job creating some momentum, going into the half, cutting down the lead. This thing could get really exciting. Nice job answering the bell right before the half.
And they thought about a return, then thought better of it. They'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Houston offense once again. Everybody talks about getting off to a great start, but if you start building steam, David, that can work too.
No doubt, man, and sometimes it snowballs. But what do great teams do? Great teams respond. Struggled the first quarter, Palmer. They've done a great job rebounding and putting some points on the board.
You're right. I think they've started to identify the matchups that are in their favor. On this drive, they need to keep attacking, taking advantage of those matchups.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on 2nd down. Wide out in motion. The give to the back. At the 45, on its way. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
I bet that running back's eyes got so big when he gets that handoff going to the right and he sees the huge holes. Yes, please.
The defense just didn't flow quickly enough. All of the blockers had leverage on their men.
Man, that defensive line has to get off the ball a little bit better, get some penetration to stop that outside run.
He wants to throw. Grabbed in the middle. It's Young. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. Movement from the linebackers trying to mess with the offensive line's assignments. Got it in the middle. It's Thomas. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. The offense will have to use its first time out of the half. And the Cougars have it with a 1st and 10. The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Now improvising. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. The Cougars want to pick up the tempo. On 2nd down, looking to throw. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
Here they come, facing 3rd and long from the 20. He's looking downfield to throw, using his legs to buy some time. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Houston. Hello. They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. They march 78 yards down the field, and they close the deal with a 20-yard pass for 6. Let's see what he can do with the return. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. They'll go to the ground. Got to be smart, patient, great vision. Uses all of that to get to the 29. Just enough time to get off one more snap. Give to the back. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. The Sun Devils will line up to kick off and start the second half. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Houston sending the offense back onto the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page. And this is going to be a big key for him, David, with the lead here in the second half, running the football, right? Staying on the field and bleeding the clock.
Yeah, run the football. You're ahead. You can be a little bit more conservative. But again, this opens up the pass. This keeps everything in balance for this offense.
Comes out throwing on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Wilson. Brought down at the 46, but he got 10 on the play.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, 1st and 10. The give out of the gun. Breaks the tackle.
This running back just doesn't go down easy. It's just difficult for defenses to get him on the ground. Not a really huge, but if I'm an offensive coordinator, I'm going to continue to find ways to feature him. And just, hey, you know what? Let his talent do the rest.
They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. Trying play action. How about that play to get a hand in there and force the incompletion?
Defense will always try to get some tips. You know, break on the football, get a tip, get it up in the air. Nice job by the player breaking on the football and forcing the incompletion.
How aggressive might this play call be on 3rd and short from the 46? They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Caught behind the line. It's Sanford. He stopped almost immediately. He didn't get much, but he didn't need much. They've got the first down.
And this is why checkdowns are so big. There's a lot of quarterbacks in these types of situations on 3rd down. They just want to make the home run, highlight type throw. But a nice job being poised and making
A shot toward the end zone. Fires the pass. Intercepted. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception. And the senior just took that one out of the air and sends it the other way. Arizona State has the ball back and the offense making its way onto the field. Stopped at the 28, but a big 15-yard pickup gives him some breathing room. Let's see how they set the tone on 1st and 10. Motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Third down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. Back to pass, it's Ward. Pulls it in. And he'll go down, but he has enough for the first down.
Yeah, what a big catch on 3rd down. Going up, catching the football, understanding where you're at, now getting a fresh set of downs. Nice play by the receiver.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. At midfield, he's got room. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. And the Sun Devils getting set on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Good spot after that 7-yard pickup on 1st down. It's 2nd and 3. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He's going to pass on 2nd down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down.
And you didn't have a lot of panic in the first half, but, man, you're starting to get now in the second half, and this offense just has really, really struggled, underperformed. You know you're a better team, but this offense hasn't shown it. This team hasn't shown it. It's the 3rd quarter. They got to get it going now.
Bought a little time, lets it go. Caught, close to the marker, it's Brown. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. The Sun Devils are in the hurry-up. Snap in the shotgun. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Nobody open, he just throws it away, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, another incompletion, and you can see the frustration building, but you got to give the defense credit. They came into this one knowing no one was giving them a shot because of their record, because of what their stats are on paper, but they're playing better football. They're playing with better effort, and right now they're making the most plays.
After getting nothing, it's 2nd and goal from the 6. Looking for a path to the end zone to the right. They get him on the ground at the 3-yard line, but this defense is taking some punches.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Looking for the touchdown on 3rd and goal. It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
You can sense the frustration building on the field and on the sideline for this team because on paper, they're the better team. From a player standpoint, from a record standpoint, things just not going their way in this game, and someone's going to have to step up and make a play to turn this thing around.
Trying to get to it. It falls incomplete, and will change ends of the field to get things started back up. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. They'll leave it with him. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and leading the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Yeah, nice job by the defense understanding who their go-to guy is. That's the guy they want to feature. That's the guy they want to feed. With good reason. He's a great player. But a great job by the defense taking away that primary read, making sure they don't make a big play.
This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. Backed up in their own end, a quick hitter might work. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. Houston will be forced to punt. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. He's going to get loose. Very little will make the crowd hold its breath like a punt return, and he brought them to their feet on that one. Arizona State is going back on offense, and they come out looking for a spark. There have been a couple of missed opportunities. A shot toward the end zone. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And here they come, almost all the way back. Well, how about that? And after that touchdown, we might have a finish after all, Jesse.
I love it, Reese, and this team is not quitting. Yeah, they're down on the scoreboard right now, but they are clawing and they are scratching their way back in this game. They're going to keep going hard until this clock reads all zeros.
He makes his way in for the 2, and now they trail by only 6. That's exactly what you want to do when you have that type of field position. Strike quickly, and they did. One play, and they put it on the board. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it out. It's straight. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. The Houston offense ready to go back to work. After giving up that last touchdown, they still got the lead, but now feeling a little bit of pressure to answer with one of their own, David.
And it gets a little bit tight. Listen, we're getting later in the ball game. This offense punted last time. They got to find a few plays, Palmer, that that they really love here, steal some momentum back in this ball game.
They do, David, and after watching their defense just get gashed down the field that last drive, the dream drive for this offense would be to matriculate the ball down the field, eat up some clock, and finish it off with a touchdown.
On second down, wants to throw it. Grab near the marker. It's Wilson. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I think most offenses around the country in a situation like this with the lead late would be trying to run the football, right, or throw it short and try to bleed the clock. But this offense, man, it's still pedal to the metal. They're looking for chunk play opportunities.
Finally, some signs of life from this offense, which has done nothing in the second half. It's 1st and 10. Touch pass on the run. Jukes his way for more. Brought down to the ground, but he has enough for the first down.
It's so hard for a defense to have to stop plays like that because it really forces you to play with great eye discipline. You see the pre-snap motion. Defense doesn't know if he's just running across the field and he's going to run a route, if he's going to block, or if he has the football. That time, he was able to outflank the defense and hurt them to get that first down.
And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Offense gets set for second down. He's looking to throw. Now he's going to glide away from pressure. He'll fire to his right. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit, when they get hurried, when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
On third and long, try to convert through the air. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. That's caught. It's Wilson. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the first down. On fourth down, trying to find his man. Got it in the middle. It's Wilson. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on fourth down? We'll see how the offensive coordinator pieces together this drive down late in the fourth. Give to the running back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it.
No surprise. I mean, with the way they're running the ball early in this game, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're just not hammering out 2, 3, 4-yard gains. They're gashing this defense. You saw it right there.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking downfield, it's Ward. Makes his connection. That's about as close as you can get to that marker, and it will be second and just a few breaths away from the first down. Less than a yard to go to pick up the first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and the defense needs to come up with a stop to close this thing out. And now on second down for this offense. He's looking to throw. He wants to take the top off. Touchdown, Arizona State! Somehow, they got up off the deck, and they got back in the game, and they're all tied up.
That is how it's done. In the clutch, in the big time, your offense comes up with a big drive, puts points on the board. Now you tell your kicker, go knock this PAT through, take the lead. Nice execution by this offense.
And that extra point was good, and now they have the lead in the fourth. And that one ought to set us up for quite a finish. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Houston offense comes onto the field. They'll try the run. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
8-yard pickup on first down leaves them with 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
It'll be 3rd and short from their own 33. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. The Cougars get enough to move the chains.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front too, right? Good communication. Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Finds a tight end. Tackled immediately after the catch.
I think in this situation, 2 minutes, trailing late, I think you got to be throwing to the sticks every time. I don't know if these short completions are going to get it done. You're just not going to have enough time to get down the field. So from a play calling standpoint, I think you want to think about being a little bit more aggressive.
Picked up some yardage with that completion. Now 2nd down. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Looking to throw for it. He's moving out of the pocket. Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Sun Devils! And this defense coming up with points of their own. What an interception return. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught, don't get caught. And he did the pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
And the extra point is good. They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it. He'll take a knee. It's a touchback save every second he can as they try to put together this final drive. Here comes the Houston offense once again. And they're going to have to fight this defense, and they're also up against it with time, Jesse.
Yeah, no doubt, Reese. And this quarterback now, he's
going to try to hit him deep. And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Not much of a chance on the return, but they'll have the ball at the 33.
You're down late in the game. You got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You can tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And he gets it to the 44-yard line. It'll be a 1st down.
And this offense has done a really good job late in this football game. Man, you put a premium on the 4th quarter and maximizing possessions, and they've put touchdowns on the board. They've done a great job. Nice last play, too. Keep that momentum going and get out of here with the win.
Couldn't ask for much more there. A 1st down, and they're down to the 42.
It's got got to be tough right now on defense. You need to find a way to get a stop, and you haven't been able to do that in the fourth quarter. You've been giving up points. You just gave up a touchdown in the last drive. You need a turnover. You need to do something right now to stop this momentum.
From the gun, give on the inside. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. It came down to the final quarter. Clutch plays,